World scene. I love it. The further I go on this, the crazier I get. You know Asbury Park. Town's all right. Cool history. Really cool people. Main Street's a little gray to look at, nondescript here and there, until you hit Johnny Mac's House of Spirits. Pulls them in like a magnet.
Who's that?
Irish yoga. How about that?
But ma'am, you were getting ready to go in and have a cocktail yourself.
I certainly was.
And you told me there's a certain reason you come into Johnny Mac's anyway.
Because I rode by and thought it was a really cool looking place.
You never been there?
I've never been there.
And why not, Bill? Mannequins, weird signs, funky doodads on the walls. Owner John McGillion says that the 5 years since he's open have been a blast until now.
They want the approval subject to their whim about the front coming down, all the bric-a-brac, all the window signs, and that entire wall over there. But it's just a hassle that we might have to wait as long as 2 years in court, but we will.
Well, I guess...
McGillion's expanding into his own parking lot. He owns it, building an enclosed beer garden, Bill. The first phase is permitted and already underway. John says he had permits for the next 3 phases as well until the Asbury Park Planning Board started tacking terms onto already set agreements. Essentially, the city wants him to take down all of those decorations that you can see before they'll let him continue.
Based on what? Based on what zoning rule? Based on what law? Based on what?
Their feelings, just their personal, individual feelings.
So, no more kissing booths.
They want you to take the love booth out?
No more Irish yoga signs. No more hot pirate mannequin, nothing.
I noticed you kept going back to the hot pirate mannequin.
I love it. Yeah, but
I stayed on that a lot longer than the others.
Here's the part that's going to kill you, Spady. I put in 50 calls this morning to every single member of the planning board, to the mayor, the city manager. Nothing. Nothing.
Wow.
A former Asbury mayor that I spoke with yesterday, however, told me that the planning board actually has no real guidelines beyond the personal tastes of its members who are appointed and not elected. And now that Johnny Mac's is suing the city to be allowed to go ahead as formerly permitted, that lack of coding is going to wind up costing the people of Asbury Park thousands of dollars in litigation.
Oh, more.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than the fact that I tried a couple of numbers to reach Barbara Van Wagner, who is Asbury Park zoning officer. She called me back, but only to tell me she was unhappy with the way that I had reached out to her. She told me she'd give me no information, and she hung up on me. Asbury Park, these are the people that run your town and who are getting paid salaries on your tax
Well, she's
money.
very busy, zoning in Asbury
Well,
Park.
she told me she's very busy, but...
The planning board and the zoning board are way out of line discussing the aesthetics. Like what does it look like, the color. If they had a rule in the town, like some towns do, your house has to conform to a certain paint color, I get that, but they're enforcing rules that exist. This seems to be coming down to taste.
I agree with your point about the importance of zoning boards. I think equally important is consistency and having some guidelines for them to go down so that the zoning board's requirements don't change with every whim of every individual member.
There are rules for a reason.